Hi, hope you're doing fine. Thanks for watching my views and news. Two news stories. First one is from the Amhara region. Two drone strikes have been conducted on the Amhara region on Fano positions this morning. Where were the strikes conducted? Which airport could be in use for these drone strikes? Why no drone strikes in Vollo? Why no drone strikes in Gondar? Why no drone strikes close to Bahirdar? Strikes are only being conducted in Gojjam. What is the reason? Secondly, I have been covering clashes between Ethiopian opposition and pro-government groups. We have seen clashes in Europe, different countries of Europe, Canada, America too. Now clashes between Ethiopians, pro-government and anti-government. Details for you and some clips in this video. Firstly, viewers, two drone strikes have been conducted within the last 12 hours on Fano positions in the Amhara region. Firstly, why is that Ethiopian government never confirms drone strikes? Birhanu Jula a few days ago spoke and he said that no drone strikes were being conducted, that no channels had been captured by Fano fighters, no tanks, artillery pieces had been captured by Fano fighters. And I have not seen a single statement from Ethiopian government confirming that drone strikes have been conducted in the Amhara region. What is the reason? Well, it's not surprising. When drone strikes were being conducted, airstrikes were being conducted on Tigray last year. Back then, Ethiopian government remained silent. It never acknowledged that its air force was conducting drone strikes, airstrikes. It always kept quiet. Why? Because sometimes in drone strikes, airstrikes, civilians die, and it amounts to war crimes if you kill civilians in airstrikes. So that is why it's a deliberate policy of Ethiopian government that it will never acknowledge that drone strikes are being conducted on Fano fighters in the Amhara region. But drone strikes are being conducted, though we don't have any confirmation from the ground in terms of ammunition, remnants of munition used by drones in these strikes. We saw that evidence when those strikes were conducted in Tigray and then in Oromia too on Ola. So far, this evidence is missing, but based on human sources, we can say drone strikes are being conducted. Two drone strikes on Fano of fighters in the last 12 hours. First one was conducted by Ethiopian Air Force in Dambicha. Dambicha is in Gojjam, West Gojjam, and we know that there has been fighting in Dambicha between military and Fano fighters. The drone strike was in the outskirts of Dambicha reportedly. I think Dambicha is under military control. Secondly, second drone strike was conducted in Digadimot. In Digadimot, there are two Waredas or two towns, Farisbet and Digadimot. Farisbet and Koret. This strike was conducted in Koret, which is in Digadimot. Digadimot is a Wareda. Digadimot is Christian Tadale's hometown. Koret, where the strike was conducted, it's Christian Tadale's hometown. Christian Tadale is a member of parliament, member of House of Representatives. He is from Nama party, National Movement of Amharas, led by Balat Maula. And he is in detention. He was arrested a few weeks ago when he criticized PM Abiy's government for killing civilians in the military operation in Amhara region. His constituency is Gojjam. So obviously he was not in a position politically to support the military operation. He opposed the military operation against Fano in Amhara, in Gojjam, in his home town. He was arrested. So 2 drone strikes conducted. Obviously target was Fano fighters, but how many killed and captured, we don't know. How many killed or injured, we don't know. Or any civilians killed, we don't know. But we'll try to update you. Only confirmation so far is that 2 drone strikes have been conducted. Next question, why no drone strikes in Wollo? As I reported this morning, there is fighting in Amhara region on several fronts, close to the Libala, close to Debre Tabor. Why is that there is no drone strike there? Drone strikes are mainly being conducted in Gojjam. All the drone strikes so far in Amhara have been conducted in Gojjam or some in North Shore. Why? Reason is very simple. Because these drones have limited range. Around 150 200 kilometers is the effective range. It means that the distance between the drone's GCS and the target shouldn't be more than 200 kilometers. In Gojjam, it is easy to conduct drone strikes because ground control station of these drones can be placed in Valaga, somewhere in Valaga. It can be placed in Addis Ababa too, I think. Bishoftu's airbase can be used too, but I think Valaga can be used as a base for these GCS. So from Valaga, easily drone strikes can be conducted on Gojjam. Gondar, it's difficult to conduct drone strikes there because where will GCS be placed? It is risky to place GCS in Amhara region because anytime, any town or airport can be captured by Fano fighters. So that is why it's difficult to conduct drone strikes in Gondar, close to Bahirdar too. Though GCS can be stationed on Bahirdar airport, which is under government control, but a few weeks ago there was a heavy fighting close to Bahirdar airport. Maybe government does not want to risk deployment of very costly, expensive GCS in Amhara region. That is why so far drone strikes be conducted only on Gojjam so far. Secondly, viewers, we have been seeing since last year clashes between pro-Eritrean government and anti-Eritrean government groups in Europe, Canada, US. We have seen attacks by Eritrean Brigade Nihamedu opposition groups on Eritrean government-backed festivals organized in Sweden, Germany, then in Israel, Canada, US. Second time they clashed in Germany yesterday. In Stuttgart, there were clashes between police and Brigade Nihamedu members. Now, we're seeing clashes between Ethiopian groups. Videos are being shared in social media from UK, from Birmingham, where 2 Ethiopian groups clashed over celebration of New Year. One group was making arrangements for celebration of New Year. Other opposed the celebration. The group which opposed the celebration obviously is pro-Fano, anti-Ethiopian government, Amhara diaspora community. Those who were organizing the New Year celebrations reportedly are members of pro-Ethiopian government group. So there was clash. Luckily, clash was just verbal. It wasn't physical. No fist fight, no physical fight between these groups. But this is the second time that we are seeing such confrontation. A few days ago, if you remember, in the UK, an embassy organized a program, and I think it was Ethiopian embassy in the UK which organized a program for diplomatic community. And there some Amhara activists arrived and they protested. They chanted slogans against the government, saying government was killing Amharas. Now here too, pro-Fano Amhara elements tried to disrupt the New Year celebration by other Ethiopian groups. I think the way we are seeing confrontation between Brigade Nihamado and pro-government Eritrean groups in Europe, Canada, America, we could see the same type of confrontation between a pro-Fano and pro-Ethiopian government groups in Europe and America. Two clips for you from Birmingham. Thanks for watching.